Hi, thanks for dropping in on TNT. This Saturday we've got our live show. On Sunday we've got the return of Grumpy Old Men, and next week the start of our sort of new format where we'll be going live with news sort of as it happens anytime during the day when the big stories pop up that I think are important to you. I'll make sure I interrupt my day and bring that story to you. That starts from next week. But just this in passing, just flashed past on the Bangkok Post this morning, production of MG pickups comes to a halt. MG, formerly of course a famous British brand, now a Chinese company, they've been producing diesel pickups in Thailand for many years, but there seems to have been a bit of a drop-off in the popularity of pickups. We'll get to that in a moment. It says Chinese-Thai joint venture SAIC Motors, a manufacturer of cars under the MG brand, and MG Sales have decided to suspend the production of pickups in Thailand until the sluggish domestic car market returns to normal. And according to the Federation of Thai Industries, total car sales in 2024 totaled 572,675. That's a year-on-year decrease of 26.1% from the year before, with pure pickup sales plunging by 38.3%. Now, 38% drop-off year-on-year of anything is quite marked. Now, it's not just MG, it's also Isuzu, Nissan, the other favoured pickup makers here in Thailand. In Australia, we call them utes, but they've been the darling of car sales in Thailand for decades. Why have the sales of these particular format of cars dropped off so markedly, so quickly? I would be interested to hear your thoughts. To the next story, and first just a little bit of history of this story. And we go back to the 5th of August 2022 when we woke up to this news. As reported by BBC, Thailand nightclub fire kills at least 14 and injures dozens. And at this stage, at least 14 people were killed and around 40 others injured after a fire swept through a nightclub in Chonburi province in southeastern Thailand. Well, this is just south of Pattaya. And firefighters battled for more than 2 hours to bring the fire under control. Local media reported the blaze apparently broke out during a live music performance at the venue, according to the mother of one of the music performers who died in the incident. Wikipedia reports that the fire began at 1 a.m, caused 13 immediate deaths. Out of the 38 people injured, 7 later died in hospital, bringing the total death toll to 20. And then in October 2022, another victim died in hospital. She was the 25th death related to the fire. Video there from Thai PBS as reported at the time, as we go to this story that was published yesterday. Owner sentenced to 5 years, 4 months in jail for Mountain Bee pub fire, as reported in nationthailand.com. And it says he'll serve that sentence for a fire that killed 26 visitors, injured around 50 others on August the 5th, 2022. And the Pattaya Provincial Court ruled on the owner and 3 other defendants for their negligent actions, which led to the deaths, and for operating an entertainment venue without permission. And according to a Facebook post by their lawyer, the Mountain Bee pub owner, identified as Sire B, was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in prison, fined 133,000 baht. His wife and father were each sentenced to 10 years and 10 months in prison and fined 266,000 baht. And the electrician was sentenced to 5 years and 1 month in prison and fined 125,000 baht. And the lawyer noted that there's still an ongoing case concerning the prosecution of public officials, and the NACC has yet to issue a clear ruling on whether these officials who allowed the incident to occur should be held accountable. And when the lawyer says allowed these actions to occur, he's talking about people from the municipal offices who had to do the inspections, check the electrics, check the plans, check where the exits are before the place was officially opened. And he's quoted as saying, "In my opinion, it seems these public officials are escaping responsibility for the situation." And these pub fires just occur far too often in Thailand. This one obviously particularly deadly. Will those public officials be brought to justice? We'll just have to wait and see. At least down in this part of the world today, bright blue skies and I'd say a perfect day to head out onto Panga Bay. And as we've been saying over the past 2 years, a big thumbs up to 5 Star Marine. You can find them at 5starmarinephuket.com using the number 5. Contact Sean and the team. They'll be very happy to book you into a bespoke private charter tour out onto those beautiful islands. So check the website, check the testimonials, the very happy customers. Now I know they've been very heavily booked over the last 3 months, but there are some places starting to open up. So if you're heading towards the south of Thailand, make sure you get in contact with them. As we go to this unfolding story of the most stupid drug smugglers in the world. You can't believe that they're still trying to do this. And Pattaya 1 News, British man arrested in Samui for attempting to smuggle cannabis. Oh my God, this is almost a daily headline. And this dill's been identified as 30-year-old Mr. Darryl. And the investigation began after a hotel in Koh Samui reported suspicious behaviour. It says on March the 17th, he was seen moving the suitcases and loading them onto a van. Immigration officers tracked him to a nearby ferry pier where they stopped the van for inspection. They found 10 large suitcases filled with dried cannabis flowers. Apparently the original plan was to export the cannabis from Samui Airport, but heightened security measures forced the smugglers to reroute the shipment back to Bangkok. Well, maybe not that stupid, but you would think, given all the publicity recently, that you might just lay low for a little while. And Pattaya 1 News notes that although cannabis is decriminalised in Thailand, exporting it without a licence remains illegal. With cannabis still largely illegal in the UK, there's been a rise in attempted smuggling operations targeting the country. And this report, a bit broader, from cowsodenglish.com, 2 more Brits caught in major cannabis smuggling operation. And it says 2 additional British nationals have been arrested as part of an ongoing investigation into an international cannabis smuggling operation. This brings the total number of foreign suspects to 15, including 12 British citizens. The latest arrests mark the first outside the airport, with 1 suspect identified as the manager and planner of the smuggling operation. And officers arrested him and took him to Koh Samui police station, seizing the suitcases containing 165 kilograms of cannabis, a quantity far exceeding what would be reasonable for personal medical use or other legally permitted purposes. But as they say, but wait, there's more. And reported in cowsodenglish.com, 3 Brits, 2 Americans caught at Chiang Mai airport cannabis bust. And in a major drug bust at Chiang Mai International Airport, Thai authorities have arrested 5 foreign nationals attempting to smuggle nearly 120 kilograms of dried cannabis out of the country. And the arrests highlight that not only Koh Samui Airport, but also Chiang Mai International serves as a channel for foreigners attempting to smuggle cannabis abroad. The latest suspects bound for London and Brussels. Now, given all the publicity that these previous cases have had, you'd really have to think that this isn't such a good idea. The story goes on to say all suspects claimed they were hired to transport the suitcases, which were given to them by others. Their role was to check in the luggage for flights departing Thailand for the UK and Belgium. And officials had detected attempts to smuggle cannabis flowers in luggage on international flights from various airports, including Chiang Mai, Suvarnabhumi, Phuket and Koh Samui. As a result, police and related agencies have intensified surveillance and baggage inspections, particularly targeting passengers showing indicators of potential cannabis smuggling. I'd be very interested to know what those indicators are, apart from a great big sign on the front that says idiot. As we go from one mind-altering drug to another, here's a story from the Bangkok Post. Very quickly, alcohol ban in national parks to be relaxed, and the Department of National Parks, etc., has revised its regulation to allow alcohol consumption within designated areas for certain groups, provided a permit is granted by the park's chief. And at present, the department bans alcohol to prevent disturbance to other visitors, particularly those camping nearby. And alcohol consumption will remain prohibited except in the designated and authorised areas. So it doesn't mean that you can drink alcohol in all national parks in all areas. There will be designated areas. You might just have to ask for some clarification when you get to a national park once this new law becomes invoked. To another man who was looking for a bit of a shortcut to health, and this reported in the Pattaya News, British man files police report over alleged miracle herb scam in Pattaya. Policeman here showing him that it wasn't such a good idea. And Mr. Mark, a 63-year-old British national, filed a complaint with police, falling victim to a group of foreigners who tricked him into buying overpriced goods. Here we go. This happened in Jomtien 2nd Road as he was walking towards South Pattaya. There was two foreign men and a Thai woman who encountered him near the night bazaar market. And they said to him, "You're very fat. We have a medicine for that. It'll help you lose weight immediately." Now, just looking at the man, I don't think I'd be walking up to him and saying, "Hey, you're fat." Doesn't look too fat at all. And so they were flogging a body tonic that could reduce belly fat, and it would cost only 20,000 baht. Believing their claims, Mr. Campbell purchased the product, and the group then took him to withdraw cash to pay for it. Anyway, long story short, police inquired with neighbouring shops, managed to contact the shop owner, who then came to speak with the victim. After discussions involving the shop owner and the group of foreigners, an agreement was reached. The money was refunded to the victim. Both parties went their separate ways. No charges of fraud or embezzlement? Okay, so let's go to Cows English. And their Facebook page has got a bit of a follow-up to the visit by some Thai officials to China, and they were there yesterday meeting with the Uyghurs. And a Thai delegation led by the Defence Minister and Justice Minister visited groups of Uyghurs in their hometown of Kashgar, also known as Kashi, in Xinjiang. Down the bottom there, the Justice Minister stated that witnessing these individuals with their families and observing their body language expressions and emotional reactions provided confirmation that Thailand had made the right decision in facilitating their return. Well, that's if facilitating their return means waking them up at 2 a.m, barreling them into some vans and escorting them secretly to the Bangkok airport and sending them back to China. Yeah, facilitating their return. And with that, thank you very much for dropping in today. Please subscribe to the channel, and we will be back tomorrow.